WWE 2K24's release this week, a lot of fans are wondering if it's worth spending their hard-earned dollary dues on the latest title in the series. I can't make that decision for you, but having played the game really well, by the way, because I'm an epic gamer, I thought I would run down some of the new features so you know what to expect before parting with your pennies. Thanks to 2K for sponsoring this video. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic Wrestling, and these are 10 awesome new features in WWE 2K24. Join us! Number 10. Ambulance Matches. WWE 2K24 sees the addition of the rare treat that is the Ambulance Match. The concept of the ambulance match is simple. Incapacitate your opponent to the point that you can shove them into the back of the ambulance, close the door, and then watch as they are taken to the local medical facility. Just like in real life, all you need to do in WWE 2K24 is get your opponent in the back of the ambulance and close both doors, but you can use the ambulance as a weapon or even dive off of it, so you've got to be careful when you're close to it. It's a stipulation we've seen a few times, most recently when Drew McIntyre took on Randy Orton at Clash of Champions 2020. The best of the lot is probably the colossal showdown between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns from Great Balls of Fire. Doesn't get any less weird, that name, does it? You could run back either of those matches in the game, or do something much cooler like Cactus Jack versus The Fiend, or Vader against Sheamus, or something. Number 9. Super Finishers. Picture yourself as a WWE superstar in the biggest match of your career, squaring off against some absolute beast in front of a packed-out crowd. You've done everything you possibly can to put your opponent down, but you cannot quite get that 3 counts. What do you do? What do you do? That's right, grab a steel chair and lay into them 50 times behind the referee's back. At least that's what I would do. For the more honest gamers though, here is a solution. Super Finishers! For the first time ever, WWE 2K24 includes devastating maneuvers that will make kickouts near impossible. From Rhea's Avalanche Riptide to Cody's Trinity of Crossroads to Seth's Super Stomp, these are the big moves you want to nail to secure victory. They are not easy to hit though, as you'll need to save up 3 regular finishes before delivering a super finisher, but when all else fails, then these bad boys are almost definitely the solution. Or just grab the chair, I'm not the boss of you. Number 8. Free roam camera. A quick one now, but something that manages to make waiting your turn fun. I know, right? This means you can position the camera to catch entrances, get an aerial view of proceedings, or just free roam and choose how you view the bout. In fact, you can utilize this feature during any match to capture the action in a variety of angles, including ramp facing like the old days, picking the one you want to get the best view possible. A relatively simple addition, all things considered, but one that makes the world of difference while playing or waiting for your time to shine. Number 7. Casket Matches. WWE 2K24 sees the return of a familiar favourite in the form of the Casket Match. We've seen it in a few other WWE video games, the most recent of which was WWE 2K15. Although, to be fair, that was in showcase mode only. Like the ambulance match, the Casket Match is all about beating up your opponent to the point that you can shove them into something they really don't want to be in. This is a little more claustrophobic, of course. And also, you don't go to a local medical facility. You go to the morgue, presumably? All you've got to do is wear your opponent down enough to get them in the casket and get the lid shut. Easier said than done when you're taking on a behemoth like Taker here. Obviously, the Casket Match is closely linked with The Undertaker, who had a bunch of them over the course of his WWE career. You can recreate many of those in the game by pitting him against the likes of Yokozuna, Shawn Michaels, and Jerry the King Lawler. Number 6. Updated roster. WWE 2K24 features a frankly ludicrous 200+ playable characters to choose from, with modern-day Raw, SmackDown, and NXT superstars being joined by a whole host of WWE legends from a vast variety of eras. The game sees new additions in Tegan Nox, Bronson Reed, Dijak, Chelsea Green, and more, whilst returning legends include William Regal, Rick Rude, and Dusty Rhodes. You can even play as Muhammad Bloody Ali if you like. The combination of current roster members and legends allows players to create their own dream matches. How about LA Knight versus Roddy Piper in a battle of the Loudmouths, or a battle of the era's tag battle between the Hart Foundation and the Usos? Yes, please. Number 5. Backstage Brawl updates. Backstage Brawl is sticking around and has been improved with a few new features in 2K24. If you're feeling lazy, you can now take the elevator to travel up and down the environment with speed. There's also breakable glass, a vending machine which dispenses delicious and dangerous soda cans, as well as new weapons to find and now throw at your opponent's stupid faces. Take that! The level of interactivity has been massively enhanced here, and to add to the insanity, Backstage Brawl now supports up to 4 players with an improved blood system on offer. This could turn into the most brutal of all available match types, you sickos. Number 4. Gauntlet Matches. Wrestling one match would be enough to put me in a bed for a good few months, but wrestling multiple matches against multiple opponents one after the other? You might as well kill me now. That is what those attempting to run the gauntlet will have to do, as 2 superstars start, and then when their match is over, another opponent comes out to start proceedings all over again. This continues until everyone has been eliminated, bar one remaining superstar. In WWE 2K24, you have the option to choose between a regular gauntlet match, a gauntlet eliminator match, or a gauntlet turmoil match. The regular gauntlet match allows you to compete against up to 29 other superstars. Can you go the distance? Well, here's Ricochet doing his best against just 3 of them. First is his former friend and tag partner Braun Strowman. Surely Ricochet doesn't stand a chance. Oh my word, what an upset. Oh dear, his second opponent is the Nigerian giant Omos. Now it's all over for the one and only. But wait! Oh my word, he's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Yes! One more opponent! Who's it gonna be? Uh-oh. It's alright, I still believe, Ricochet. I know you can do it. That's it! Take him down! Take him down! Oh no. Oh. Never mind. There have been some notable gauntlet matches in WWE over the decades, such as when half the SmackDown roster fought for the right to challenge WWE Champion Eddie Guerrero on the March 18, 2004 edition of the show, with Rey Mysterio emerging as the winner. The best of the best, for my money, is the gauntlet that kicked off Kofi Mania from the February 12, 2019 episode of SmackDown. Genuinely gutted when he didn't go the distance, I was. Much like another match type we'll get to in a bit, this is the first time fans have had the option to do gauntlet matches since WWE 2K14. Number 3. New Myrise Stories. The ever-popular Myrise mode returns to WWE 2K24 with 2 brand new stories for your custom WWE superstar. First, we've got Unleashed, the female Myrise mode, where you start on the indie scene as TBD champion in a vicious match against Odyssey Rift. I mean, how often does a career mode start with a flaming table? You then have to work your way up to WWE following a taxing tryout in Las Vegas. The men's Myrise starts even hotter, seeing Roman Reigns unexpectedly vacate his championship, ending his record-setting run as title holder and leaving the seat at the head of WWE's table empty. It is your mission to work your way up the card and capture the championship, but not without plenty of challenges along the way. There's the usual backstage interactions voiced by some of the biggest names in WWE, as well as a heap of unexpected twists and turns that make this year's Myrise feel as fresh as ever. Number 2. Special guest referee matches. Wacky gimmicks like ambulance and casket matches can, of course, provide added excitement, but so can something as simple as installing a special guest referee into a regular match. Special guest referee matches typically see a WWE star or authority figure don the zebra stripes and attempt to maintain law and order as 2 fierce rivals go at it. Well, sometimes they try and maintain law and order, other times they clearly have an agenda and do a little bit more than call for rope breaks or deliver 10 counts. The special guest referee match is ridiculously fun to play in-game because when acting as ref, you get a chance to call the match however you like. It's your responsibility to enforce the rules of the match, including pin counts, submission checks, countouts, and DQs, but how you do so is entirely at your own discretion. Be careful though, WWE management are watching backstage, and if you fail to perform your duties, you're at risk of being replaced by a more impartial official. Some of the biggest stars in wrestling have put on a ref shirt for major matches, with Shawn Michaels being involved in a handful all on his own. Who could forget him accidentally costing The Undertaker the the WWE title in the Deadman's SummerSlam 1997 main event with Bret Hart. As for other notable special guest referees, John Cena made his presence felt recently, as has Mick Foley, who took more punishment than Triple H or Kevin Nash in their World Heavyweight title Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood 2003. It's a fun stipulation, and another one that fans haven't been able to play since WWE 2K14. Number 1. Showcase of the Immortals. One of the big draws of WWE 2K24 is undoubtedly the 2K Showcase of the Immortals mode. This is all about WrestleMania, WWE's flagship event for the past 40 years and the biggest night, well, 2 nights now, on the sports entertainment calendar. Showcase of the Immortals allows players to play in 21 matches from across 5 different decades spanning every era in WWE history. This means you can play through some of the most iconic moments in WWE history, from Hulk Hogan vs. Andre the Giant and Bret Hart vs. Steve Austin, to The Undertaker vs. Shawn Michaels, and even the balmy Firefly Funhouse match between Bray Wyatt and John Cena. Showcase of the Immortals seamlessly intersperses real WWE footage into the gameplay, with WWE's own Corey Graves on hand to introduce each match. A great history lesson for newer fans. By playing through Showcase of the Immortals and completing objectives, players will be able to unlock new superstars and attires, historical arenas, championships, and more. The most immersive WrestleMania video game experience to date, Showcase of the Immortals really is the granddaddy of them all.